we're just going to do a few big belly breaths together to start the facial. So I'm just going to put my hand on your belly, and when you're ready, big breath up and in for me. Amazing. Hold it there and breathe out, letting go of any tension that you're holding in your body. And when you're ready again, big deep breath in for me. Hold it and let go. Really setting the intention for deep relaxation. That's when the best skin healing happens. And final big belly breath in. Hold it and let go. Right, to begin with, we're just going to use this cleansing balm to do the initial cleanse. So when you're ready, big deep breath in for me. And let go. Really enjoy the smells, the journey of smells that this facial takes you on. Wash that off with a hot towel.
Thank you. It really does smell amazing.
It smells so good, right? And again, big deep breath in for me. And let go. Now I'm just going in with the oil cleanser. The main ingredient in this one is sandalwood. It's so calming and nourishing for the skin. I'm just going to cover your eyes now with some cotton pads. And the smell that you smell is rose and lavender. I'm going to go in now with a supersonic skin spatula, which will just clean all the gunk out of your pores and remove any dead skin for you. But your face does have to be a little bit wet for it, hence how much I'm about to spray you.
Okay. Actually feels so relaxing.
Really?
Yeah.
I always have to warn people that I'm not shaving them.
It does feel a bit like
Yeah.
it from the sounds, I think.
The sounds and just like the fact that it's just a bit of a sharp tool.
Does it just like scrape off the skin then?
Yeah, so it just like uses ultrasonic waves to basically shock everything, like all of the sebum that's built up in our pores. Right, I'm just applying lots of oil because we're starting the bulk of the facial now, which is the massage. And I work with the front of your chest here, your neck, the back of your neck, because all these muscles are so deeply connected that if you have tension somewhere like the back of your shoulders, or if you have it at the front of your neck, if the fascia is tight, it will pull on all of the surrounding muscles. So even just getting a knot out in the back of your shoulders will have a lovely effect on the overall look of your face as well.
I guess does it look more lifted and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. And especially like when our neck muscle here is tight, it'll pull your whole face down. So loosening it up really does help a lot. But just to start with, I'm activating your lymphatic system like, hey, lymph nodes, wake up. We've got some lymph being delivered. And the thing with the lymphatic system is it's just underneath the skin. So a lot of the time, hard pressure completely bypasses it. It needs really, really gentle pressure.
So like the opposite of what I would have thought.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of people, especially when they start using like a gua sha, they're like scraping their face.
That was me when I did
Get rid of this lymph. But you just end up completely bypassing your lymphatic system because you're pressing too hard that you're actually starting to work with the muscles and the much deeper layers of your fascia and things like that. And your lymphatic system likes very, very gentle pressure.
Like I'd heard on tutorials and stuff online before to do it gently, but I thought they were just like, it's like telling you off a bit, like just don't go too hard, don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
I didn't realise it was actually because you would reach the muscles.
No, yeah, years ago when I first started using the gua sha, I would always do it way too hard. Like, I think it's just in natural human behaviour to think the harder you do it, the more it must be working. And then I watched, this was years ago, I watched a tutorial and the woman basically said you have to, if you want to work with your lymphatic system, you have to press really gently. And I was like, oh, I'm going to try it. So I did really, really, really light pressure with my gua sha. And it actually worked so much better. It actually drained the fluid under my eyes and just under my chin and jawline so much better than when I was heavy-handed with it for so long.
It's counterintuitive.
Yeah.
So I'll have to try it softly next time.
Try it, definitely try it. So all of the area where I'm gently sort of stroking is where we have a lot of our major lymph nodes. So your collarbones, down the front of your chest, up the side of your neck and behind your ears, and then just underneath your jaw here as well. So hopefully now they're awake and ready to receive the lymph that we're going to be draining to them. now I'm really just working with those really small facial muscles. We have one that's just on the corner of our lips that goes all the way down, that pulls the corner of our lips downwards as we age. So it's good to relax that muscle, to lengthen it a little bit.
I would reply, but it's hard right now.
It's okay. I'll just explain.
They're really interesting. You know so much. Like, I guess there's so many muscles in the face, right?
Yeah, there's just in your face and neck, I think there's like about 45, 50 muscles.
Goodness.
Just so many. But I teach face yoga as well.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It's so, like, I think people don't realise that the same way you can work out the muscles in your body and, like, change the shape of your body, you can do that with your face as well.
Is it like stretches, just like body yoga?
Combination. So it's a combination of facial exercises, which is like you actually use your hands or certain poses as resistance and actually strengthen the muscles. And then there's like facial massage as well to like smooth out any adhesions that are in our fascia, which fundamentally cause any deeper wrinkles and things like that. And then there's like working with our lymphatic system, so it sort of combines all of these things together.
Is the idea then that if you do like a mixture of those sorts of things, is it to stop aging, or is it like to make your face more toned, or?
So not to stop aging. I think aging is something that's like we should never try to stop. But I think it's like I think a lot of how should I say? I think the perception nowadays is that you either like start getting things like Botox and injectables and things like that, or that you just have to accept the way that you age, and like even if your wrinkles are developing a lot deeper than or a lot faster than you thought they would, that it's just like there's nothing that you have in your control to do, like that you can do. But like face yoga is such a brilliant way to like take back control over how you age, because it works all those things. So toning is like, yes, because you do loads of exercises to work your cheek muscles, for example, so it like lifts up your mid-face, and then you also like work with your deeper like lines and wrinkles. Like my forehead, even though if I still really raise my eyebrows it wrinkles, but compared to maybe 3 or 4 years ago, like face yoga teaches you to get control over your facial muscles, so that instead of freezing them, which whoever wants to do, I'm not anti it, but not everyone has the funds or the time and things like that. But it teaches you to get control over your facial muscles, so that you don't, like, you can act surprised without causing really deep lines in your forehead, for example.
Oh, that's so cool.
And you can squint without forming any lines in your eyes.
That's what I need. When I smile with my eyes.
Same, but that's really pretty as well.
Half of me wants those lines, and then the other half of me is like, it's the only lines I can find on my face so far are like under my eyes.
Yeah.
And I know it must be from when I smile.
Yeah, which
it
is
so sad though. I'm like, oh, everywhere else I've tried so hard, but I can't not smile with my eyes.
No, and you shouldn't want to stop smiling with your eyes. I think it's so beautiful. But that's what I mean though. It's like that's a great place where face yoga comes in, because the most simple exercises mean that you can retrain that muscle to not pick up as much skin when it sort of bends together. And if you're still laughing so hard, that skin has to go somewhere, so it's not like it will completely stop it. But it really just, it just changes how quickly you'll develop those wrinkles.
That is so cool.
And it's really effective. In my early 20s, I was getting really deep wrinkles around my eyes, and I mean, I guess the right thing is to like not even care about that sort of stuff. But I've always had body dysmorphia when I was young, not anymore. So I'd notice the slightest imperfection on my face. Like my friends would be like, "That's nothing." Like, but look, a wrinkle.
It's always other people don't see it.
Yeah. But this is back before when I was sort of working my corporate job. I even started saving and like putting some money aside for Botox. This was like many moons ago. And started actually doing face yoga just because I was like, oh, let's see. Like I'd seen a few things of people saying that it's a really good way to like combat sort of really deep lines and wrinkles from expression, because most of our lines are expression lines, right?
Yeah.
So I started doing it, and honestly, within 3 weeks, I noticed the biggest difference around my eyes. Like, I just was no longer obsessed about it.
That's so good to know. I think I'm always really interested in, like, because I think different things work for different people for, like, their own problems, but, like, I love just giving everything a go to, like,
see.
Yeah. And I was like that with gua sha, but then clearly I think I did it
hard.
way too hard. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. There's not one beauty regime that every single person on this planet is going to love. But if you find the things, like I think I've now found the things that work for me, because I'm really lazy as well, I'm not gonna lie. I can't be spending like half an hour in front of the mirror. So I use my facial cups in bed. I do my face yoga mainly when I'm driving. Well, the ones...
Oh, I see. I thought you meant with your hands then. I was like,
No, not like things like cheek exercises where I have to like hold up.
That must be so funny to see.
Honestly, I see so many people at traffic lights being like, "Is she okay?" I'm just going to turn your head to the side. Comfortable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels like quite a nice stretch actually. I think my neck is really tight.
A little bit tight.
Yeah.
You've come to the right place.
When you said there'd be a lot of massage, I was so happy. That's what I needed to do. Massage is always my favourite part of a facial.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you found a facial that is only massage.
Perfect.
Yeah, you are tight around the back of your shoulders and your neck.
Always. I think it's where all my tension goes.
Do you get jaw tension?
Yes, a lot.
Really?
Yeah. I've tried the Botox before to help it.
And did it?
I feel like it just moved to a different part of the jaw. Like, I don't feel like it felt that much better.
Well, that's quite interesting actually, because our masseter, which is the muscle on your jaw, is actually like a double layered muscle. It's so big and chunky because it moves all day long, and it has like one big fat layer and then a sheet of fascia and then another big fat layer. And Botox only reaches the layer on the outside and it doesn't reach the inside layer. So sometimes people find that the tension just increases on the lower layer.
That's so interesting. That's exactly what it feels.
Really?
Yes, yeah.
That's why it's like, I find one of the best things you can do is like intra-oral or buccal massages.
Yes, yeah, that's what I felt works best.
Yeah, yeah, because the thumb inside your mouth is the one that's like touching that deeper layer, and then the fingers on the outside are getting the tension out of the more superficial layer, and it treats the whole muscle.
That's so interesting. Mystery solved.
There we go.
Everyone says they're just like, oh, get Botox for it.
Yeah.
And it will go away. And I was like, but it's still kind of there.
It's just morphed.
Yeah, I was like, did I do because I don't know what dose it was. I was just trying to get somewhere that I trusted and seemed legit, and I didn't really ask about any of the details, so I didn't understand them.
And you're just like, just do it.
Yeah, I was scared as well, but...
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I was like, I can't go through that every few months, just for, like, no difference. But I started worrying it wasn't, like, a strong enough amount, so I'm glad I've learned that, because, like, maybe if I tried it again, I would have just said, hit me with all of your Botox, like, the highest.
Triple it.
Triple it, yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's the worst jaw pain, it's just not nice. Like, I think there's a lot of people out there that probably have it worse than me.
Yeah, I mean, I get quite a lot of clients come in because they want an intra-oral because of their jaw pain. And sometimes it's like keeping them up at night, that's how terrible it is.
Yeah, because some people grind their teeth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I grind my teeth, but I wouldn't know, so.
Well, I had somebody comment on one of my Instagram posts the other day, because I did a post about how to give yourself an intra-oral massage, and she said it looks like I've got tongue tie, which is a common cause, because I get really tight jaw, because I said that in the caption. She said it looks like you get tongue tie, it looks like you have it, so you need to get that little stringy bit underneath your tongue cut.
Wow, what's tongue tie?
It's basically, do you know that stringy bit underneath your tongue?
Yeah.
It's when that's too tight, I think.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I didn't look massively into it.
I've never heard of that.
But then again, I have had many strangers on the internet diagnose me with
I can certainly agree with you on that.
Many things.
I supposedly have anything.
So that's just... somebody else told me it's because I have parasites. So.
Oh, yeah, that's always one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's helpful though, because people are trying to say it with, like, out of, like, best interest.
Oh, 100%. I'm never offended.
Yeah, and you learn a new thing that you might not have and probably don't have, but you learn about it.
No, I mean, when she commented about the tongue tie, I was like, because I've always had a bit of a cheeky suspicion that I have tongue tie, because my tongue just doesn't reach very far out. So I've always thought, oh, I think I do have tongue tie. So it was just I actually felt quite good when I saw the comment, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I could tell.
Yeah. Apparently it's quite common. So this massage move is called skin rolling, and it's really good for smoothing out adhesions in your fascia. So a lot of people think that things like wrinkles and stuff like that are all like skin issues, and they are for sure, they're connected to the skin, but a lot of the time the wrinkle starts in the fascia, which is our big connective web that basically links everything together in our whole body. And a lot of the time, first that gets tight, and then when that's tight, it pulls our skin to then make our skin permanently wrinkled as well. So that's why things like massage and things like facial cupping, which I recommend to everybody, are so powerful, because it just doesn't give that fascia a chance to get tight.
Is that like recommended to do daily or?
About 5 times a week.
Okay.
But I literally do it in bed.
I was going to say, I'm so lazy.
Yeah, it's like after the first week when you've got the hang of it in front of a mirror, I just wash my face, put some facial oil on my face, and then just nightlight on in bed. It feels so good. It helps with jaw as well. It releases the tension from the outer part of that muscle. and your skin goes into healing mode at night, so it just supports that even further by like bringing up all of the, like, everything up to the surface as well.
I mean, my left side of my face is already feeling so much lighter.
Really?
Yeah, compared to...
Just wait until I get to the part where I'm really like lifting the muscles, because people always find it so funny. They're like, why is the other side so droopy?
Just have one half of the face like really lifted.
This massage move here is so good for stretching your eye muscle. It's called your buccularis oculi, and it's a big flat round muscle, but it permanently connects to your face on a little tendon that's in here. So all around here, where I'm stretching and where we get the wrinkles and things like that, that's just where it's used to pulling the skin when it moves, and it's not permanent. You can readjust that, you can smooth that out. Now I'm going to start really the sculpting and lifting part of the massage.
Is this like sculpting the cheekbones? I can't find mine, so that's helpful.
I mean, you've got lovely plump cheeks, so...
That's what I don't like. They're just like all fatty and then there's no definition.
Stop. So you always see, like, when somebody else looks at you, it's never what you see when you look in the mirror, because I'd kill for these lovely cheeks. They're so good. And whenever I get clients that complain about having bigger cheeks, it's just like, a lot of the time it means that you'll age better, because it will get less sort of like saggy and droopy. So
Really?
yeah, you'd rather have a little bit of like chub in your cheeks.
I thought about trying to get like, I think with things like HIFU and stuff, you can try and lift it and it like squeezes that fat.
No, don't do it. No.
honestly the coolest feeling ever. I've never felt something like that before.
Really?
I can feel my jaw pain melting, which is
Really?
really random because I feel like you're doing it slightly above the jaw. But
Wow.
it feels like the tension's going away.
That's amazing. I feel like, I mean, it's not too far from the jaw, so it's definitely getting part of that. That's shaky.
It feels so nice.
I have to say this part is a client favourite every time.
It's so cool. I don't know how you move your hands like that.
How's one side feeling compared to the other?
It feels so nice with the left.
Really?
Even when I smile, I can feel the left is more lifted. It's so weird. Yeah, the right side just feels really droopy now. But
You good here?
yeah, it feels so tight now compared to the other side. I'm trying to lean it down, it's so tight.
You okay here?
Yeah.
Yeah? Let me know if it's uncomfortable or anything.
I think it's a good stretch for my shoulders.
Yeah.
It does feel a bit like a yoga stretch. Oh god, this side feels so much tighter.
Really?
But I don't know if that's because you did the other, because of the contrast, or
if it's just a tighter side. I mean, it does feel like you've got more knots on this side, I have to say.
I guess I'm right-handed, so...
Yeah, you probably do all your carrying on this side.
Yeah.
Is that pressure okay?
Yeah, it's lovely. Feels like it's getting rid of the pain. It's nice.
Will really work away that tension.
It's like my head's gonna feel like it's floating by the end of this. Once all those knots are gone.
You're gonna be so free.
Free from the pain. Yes, it's honestly so much fun. Like, I've never found a facial that's like so much like stretching and lifting like this.
Yeah, it's a bit unique.
Yeah, I think the closest thing I've had is I had like a Japanese like facial lifting treatment.
Okay.
Which I think had like similar sort of the kind of like ones where you're like not hitting the muscles, I don't know what you call it.
Strumming.
Strumming the muscles.
And did you enjoy that one?
That was also my favourite. So
Really?
That's why I'm so happy right now.
Okay, you clearly like a bit of massage.
I love massage, especially when it's like getting rid of like all that like it is like that lifting effect. I always just hope it comes across as much on camera, like how good it feels.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm having to like report, like maybe one day they'll invent like you can actually like feel what it looks like.
Oh.
Like camera, I don't know.
2070 stuff. Okay, it's already got looser down there.
That's nice.
That's a big knot. I haven't heard it. Yeah, this side is definitely tighter.
It feels so good. It's like getting rid of like weeks of tension. I have been sat at a desk all day, which probably doesn't help.
Oh, yeah. The worst for the back of your shoulders.
Yeah, that corporate
Hunched
life.
over, yeah. Yeah, my back used to hurt more when I was sat at a desk than it does like now that I'm doing this, which says a lot about sitting at a desk.
Is it because you're more like active with this, do you think, or?
Yeah, I guess so. And when I was sat at a desk, I'd be there for like hours sometimes, just without moving. And obviously with the worst posture ever.
Yeah, that's me. How often would you say you need to get like a massage like this if you wanted the results to last?
Well,
sorry, tough question.
No, I mean, to my clients, I say once a month is amazing. Like, if you can, if finances allow it and timing allows it, once a month is great, and you will see results. Like, I've had, like, my regular clients, their faces look so different compared to the first time. But if you have, like, the money and the time, and you can come once every fortnight, then that will just mean you're, like, so snatched and lifted all the time. But, like, once a fortnight is a bit of a big ask, I guess, for people to come in a bit too much. But I wouldn't recommend more than once a fortnight, because it's quite an intensive massage, and your skin doesn't need it more than that, I'd say.
I guess it's where people's priorities are.
Yeah.
If they want to do it that much, or monthly, or...
Monthly, I feel like, is... My regulars come once a month. But a lot of the time, people that keep coming over and over again, it's less... Like they say, it's just an added lift. It's an added bonus that their face is, like, so lifted and sculpting, because they come purely for the relaxation.
Yeah, I guess when you get both as well, like, 'cause it's the facial and the kind of neck area and shoulders massage. Like, it's much easier to validate the cost, because you're like, oh, I'm getting 2 in 1.
Yeah.
I wonder if the, like, increased circulation's good for acne as well. Because I have quite recently, it's got a lot better recently, but, like, I've always had quite bad spots and stuff. But I've heard that facial massage can help, like, with the lymph, clearing the lymph nodes and stuff. It can help with, like, congestion as well.
Well, yeah, it will take away any sort of stagnant lymph surface and move it away. But it depends. I always find... I've got quite a few clients that have acne. And I do try to tell them to reschedule their appointments if it's really sort of, like, flaring up or very sensitive to touch.
Yeah.
Because then I just think it's no good. Like, I think our body speaks to us in so many signs. So if something's painful to touch, it's telling you, don't touch me.
Yeah.
So,
oh, that's an interesting approach to it, yeah.
Yeah, and if something feels really good, it's telling you, do more of that. And, like, I think our body speaks to us in very subtle ways. So, like, going over any sort of acne that's really inflamed or sensitive to touch and just trying to, like, fight through it will never really do much good, I think. But I'm going to put you on the blue light of the LED mask, because it's best for acne-causing bacteria.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a lot better recently. It used to be quite inflamed.
I mean, it's really, really nothing at all right now.
Oh, how many years I've wanted to hear something like that.
Really? Well, it's not. A few little tiny chinny chin spots, and that's it.
I feel like because it becomes like a part of your identity, right? And, like, the feeling just remains.
Really?
So no matter how much I get rid of it, I just
there.
Tell people, I'm like, yeah, I have acne, and they're like, are you sure? And
You
I'm like,
don't.
what? It's gone? Such a weird feeling. But yeah, it used to be really bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For a long time?
Yeah. I feel like it was a big motivation of it's kind of starting this sort of channel where it was like trying to find ways of improving it. But I did a lot of things like microneedling to try and get rid of the scars. But mainly it was like eating better that got rid of it.
Oh.
Yeah, also I think it was because it was worst at university.
At university, yeah.
And I was eating poorly and drinking a lot of alcohol.
Yeah.
So I feel like I found the link there.
Yeah. Well, I could talk for days about how, because I mean, the name of my business is Holistic Skin Clinic, and sometimes I think that the definition of holistic gets lost in how often it's used and how saturated it is.
Yeah, that is true.
But like, for me, what holistic means is that like you can't have healthy skin without addressing all of it. Like, when I say it, it's like the obvious stuff, like movement and food and things like that. But then it's the more subtle stuff of like our energetic beings and your emotions on a daily basis. And like, if you're waking up every day and feeling dread, that's going to translate onto your skin.
Definitely. I agree so much with that. Like, so much education, at least what I knew about skin and like acne when I had it at the worst.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like, use this cream and it will be good, or go on the pill.
Don't get me started. Like the skincare or the beauty industry in general. I mean, I'm a part of it, but the beauty industry and the like, especially the skincare industry, is so just the definition of consumerism. It's like, here's a product, here's a product, here's a product, here's a product. You need it, you need it. This is going to add hydration. This is going to do this. And like at the moment, I use one product on my skin, and it's just like 100% botanical facial oil. I use it to cleanse and to moisturize my skin, and like it's definitely the healthiest it's been.
Yeah, sometimes less is more.
100%. I mean, people are just like, I see so many of my clients that have like, they really think they're taking such good care of their skin because they have like a 5 or 6 step skincare routine. And like, if you look closely at their skin barrier is so impaired. It's like, it's just, your skin wants a break a lot of the time.
It's hard because it's like good intentions.
Yeah.
And then it can do the opposite, but.
And then you don't know what it is because you're like, okay, but skincare wise, I'm doing everything, so it can't be that.
Yeah, I found when I started, I'm quite lucky that I'm lazy, but when I did start doing less, it got a lot better. Because at one point I tried to do the like Korean 10-step skincare routine.
It's too tough.
And yeah, it didn't really work for me.
No.
My skin was so red.
Really, yeah, it's just so inflamed. I always say though, like, we treat our skin like it's a bit of leather that we've just sewed onto our bodies, but it's like, it's alive. Like, it's alive. It's growing from the inside out. So, firstly, what it's growing from on the inside is very important. And secondly, the fact that it's alive means it's a part of nature. In my eyes, anyway. Not everyone may think about it like this, but the fact that it's living and alive means that it's a part of nature. And I think there's something ridiculous, like between 30 and 50 trillion microorganisms living in and on our body. So clearly there's life on it as well. And like, what part of nature responds well to just spraying it with chemicals so many times a day? It doesn't.
That's so true.
Like, the parts of nature that are the most beautiful are completely untouched by man-made chemicals. Like the rainforest, like, that's so crisp and so beautiful, and our skin is just as much a part of nature as those rainforests.
Yeah, I guess there's good and bad bacteria on the skin as well. Like you don't wanna kill off all the good ones.
But like, people don't realise that the good bacteria on our skin is like essential for healthy skin. It's so important to have it there. And when the good bacteria is healthy, it keeps the bad bacteria at bay. Like it has its own job there.
I guess it's quite similar to the gut.
Yeah. Very similar. And the bacteria on your, like all of the microbiomes on your face and the ones on your gut are very closely connected as well. Because if you're eating badly and making a bad environment for bacteria in your gut, it does the exact same thing in your skin. There's an axis between your skin and your gut.
I did not know that. That's fascinating. I love reading like books on the microbiome for some reason. I find it so interesting.
It's so interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, because I think, like, I don't know, just a general interest in skincare I've always had, and then the acne, and then realising better diet was helping get rid of it. I've ended up looking into so much literature on, like, skin and the microbiome and stuff, and how not to feed the bad bacteria. The most interesting thing I read was that if you're eating the fast foods and stuff that promote the bad bacteria, you're going to crave more of that bad food because that bacteria is craving it.
Wow.
I thought that was so interesting.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, but that means if you're super healthy, you must crave super healthy stuff. So I feel like I need to reach that point in life.
Oh, don't we all, girl? Even when I'm super healthy, sometimes I just want stodge.
Yeah, I feel like when I'm super healthy, that's exactly when I start craving bad food.
But I've started to, with food, I think I've had to, distinguish in my head. Right now I'm eating for my taste buds, and right now I'm eating for fuel. And I think since making that distinction, for me, I don't have the time to make every single meal absolutely the most scrumptious thing ever.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just having sardines on bread with a tomato and a cucumber, because I'm in a rush. And I used to want to make every single meal to fulfill a craving, whereas now I'm a lot more this meal is for fuel. Stop being fussy, eat it. And then when I'm eating for taste buds, then I don't hold back because I'm eating for taste buds.
Well, that's a cool approach.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll work for everybody, but
I was gonna say I don't know if I could do it. I'm so fussy with food.
Really?
Not fussy as in I will eat everything, but I will eat everything that tastes good.
Yeah. I mean, I won't eat things that taste bad, but I'm okay with things being a bit boring, not, like I said, literally just a protein, a carb, and a tomato and a cucumber from my garden, and just that's it.
Well, the two sides are starting to feel equal now, though.
Yeah. Lifted both sides.
Yeah. Makes you forget what it was like before. It's how did I
go around being so droopy?
Do some people fall asleep?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh, 100%. When the twitching and the snoring starts, I know they've gone.
I can never imagine that though, because I get so talky during facials because I just want to know everything. I find it all so interesting.
Okay, but I guess you're quite passionate about skin in general, so tell
love
me.
it.
But some people just come, just have a quick nap, especially my mama clients.
Really?
Oh yeah, the toddlers at home.
Oh, actually, yeah, because this is their calm, quiet time.
Yeah, for sure. They just lie down on the bed. I haven't even touched them yet, and they're like.
My neck's had such a nice stretch as well.
You enjoy it.
Maybe I'm getting sleepy. Yeah, my face feels really small. I just think 'cause it's so lifted, it's like, it feels like something's missing.
Like, where is it? That's not my
Yeah.
face. Relax your smile for me. Yep. I'm just going to put a lime and papaya mask on you. And this is when you get your scalp massage and your hand massage.
Hand? Oh, I've never had a hand massage before.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, feel free to opt out. Not mandatory.
I mean, I don't even know what it feels like. Didn't even know my hand could be tense.
Does it feel good?
It feels so good.
Especially if you're at a computer, normally this is so good.
I guess typing all day.
Just going to bring it all the way because I'm going to work with your scalp a little bit as well. I'm not going to put a headband on you then, so I can properly work with this scalp area, because it really helps if it's tight here. It affects the face as well. Right, I'm just going to put my hand on your belly. Okay. Whenever you're ready, take a big diaphragm breath in for me. Hold and breathe out. Scanning your body for any tension and just letting it melt away now. Next, big breath in whenever you're ready. Hold and breathe out. Setting the intention now for deep relaxation. Whenever it comes, final big breath in. Hold it there and just let go. We're going to start with an oil cleanse. This one's frankincense oil and it smells really good. Big deep breath in and let go. When it comes to oil cleansing, it's very different to using like a foamy cleanser, because you actually need something physical to take the dirt off. You can't just wash it off with water. I think that's why a lot of people, when they cleanse with oil at home, they're like, oh, it doesn't work for me. Really take this time to relax your muscles, your facial muscles, all the way down to your toes. The best skin healing always happens when you're completely relaxed, and that's when your body can prioritize rejuvenation and repair. Now that the seasons are changing and it's becoming the cold, dry season, so many of my clients have much drier skin than they would at other times in the year.
Yeah, I did actually wonder if some of my breakouts were because of the change in weather. My skin feels so dry at the moment.
Yeah, especially right now when it's really dropped the temperature. I know my skin takes a long time to adjust to changes in temperature. My skin also reacts really badly to the tube. It hates the tube. Whenever you're ready, big breath in again and let go. Going in now with another oil cleanser. This one's called Immortelle from Living Libations. This is the cleanser I use on myself. I love it so much. Really interestingly, since I've stopped using a moisturiser and started using an oil to moisturise, my skin is nowhere near as dry as it used to be. The trick with oil cleansing is really working that oil into your face so that it can pick up all of the sebum and all of the dirt in your pores, and it sort of becomes like one paste, and then you can get something physical. Here it's obviously a face towel, but if you're at home you can just use wet cotton pads to actually physically then remove the dirt from your face. Something so incredibly relaxing about having a hot towel just mushed on your face. With my facials, I always say that it's a nervous system reset, because although they have amazing skin benefits and you leave glowing and lifted, it's the relaxation that people come back for. Next, I'm going to do your deeper clean with a ultrasonic skin spatula, which sounds very Doctor Who. But it's really good for just getting all the gunk out of your pores, getting any dead skin off. It's a super efficient way to do that. I like to put sort of a gel on your face first, just to make sure it stays wet. And then we'll cover up your eyes. I always have to tell my clients that this part sounds like I'm shaving you, because I've had a few panics. So your face has to be quite wet for the ultrasonic skin spatula to work. So if you own one at home, you can use it in the shower, as long as it's a waterproof one. Or use it if you've got a steam machine. It just won't work on a dry face. You should never use it too often though, because all of the microorganisms that sit on our skin actually quite like there to be a little bit of sebum in our pores. And even though they get a really bad rep for causing acne, there's actually loads of them that are really helping us have healthy skin. So you've got a blackhead that's ready to come out on that side. Do you want me to get it or do you want me to leave it?
Yes, please.
You want me to get it?
Yeah.
I know some people are not a fan of extractions. Sorry, I know this part's not fun.
It's okay.
Got it.
Thank you. My pores are always so clogged and bad.
I'm telling you, it's the tube.
I do take it like every day.
Yeah. I really noticed with my skin that, like when I was working in the city, I would always have to get the tube, of course. And I always had like so many little under the skin spots. And now that I don't get the tube anymore, voila. applying the massage oil. So we start with just waking up your lymphatic system. We've got some major lymph nodes just right here under, in that little groove in our collarbones. And it's really important to just wake up our lymph nodes and say, hey, get ready to drain some lymph. We've also got more major lymph nodes just at the front of our chest here. Really gentle pressure here. You don't want to bypass the lymphatic system completely and then end up just going straight to the muscle. More lymph nodes just around our armpits as well. And that straight line from the bottom of your ears down to your collarbones holds a huge amount of lymph nodes as well. Now that we've woken up the lymph nodes, start by massaging the front of your chest and the back of your shoulders. Right here at the front of your chest is our platysma muscle, which is a long, flat muscle that originates at the top of your chest and moves all the way up your neck, and then it inserts again just on your chin and the bottom of your cheeks. And because a lot of us spend most of our time just looking down at our phones or our computers, this muscle tends to get really, really tight and short. So it appreciates some TLC. Pressure point here, right at the groove at the back of your skull. Really try to feel that energy. Relax into it. Tops of our shoulders, another place where we hold so much tension. And again, relax into this whole working with the front of the neck, gently lengthening this muscle here, the sternum-mastocyloid. May have pronounced that wrong. Working now really gently with the jawline, soft strokes, aiding all of that lymphatic fluid that tends to sit on our lower part of our jaw, and just really gently directing it towards the lymph nodes. Our lymphatic system doesn't have a heart to pump it around. It really does rely on us. Physical movement and movement in the form of massage really, really helps the lymphatic system. And every once in a while, gently wiggling the lymph nodes, just to make sure that they are awake and receiving the lymph. Now we're going to move on to this muscle that's right at the corner of our lips. It's a depressor. We have pairs of muscles on our face. Some are levators, so they lift up, and some are depressors, so they pull down. And this muscle, over time as we age, tends to get quite strong, and that's why sometimes the corners of our mouths point downwards as we get older. So it's always really important to relax this muscle. Making our way slowly now towards our masseter, which is our jaw muscle. It's a big, big chunky muscle that's constantly working, where a lot of people hold a lot of tension. Just starting to warm it up now. Now we're just going to be using my knuckles, gently gliding over that masseter muscle again.
Feels amazing. Oh yeah, I saw you had a new treatment, I think like a TMJ one.
Yes, yeah. It's a shorter one for people that really suffer with jaw tension.
Would you say mine's tense, or is it like normal?
It's quite hard to say, because the client I had earlier, she had terrible TMJ, but from just like a feeling it point of view, it didn't feel particularly tense. And so sometimes the big chunky masseter muscles are actually not causing too much problems. But have you had an intra-oral massage before?
Is that the one where they put?
Yeah.
I loved it. Like
really?
The one time I had it, the feeling afterwards was so amazing.
Really?
So nice.
Come in for one of those next time.
I'll have to. Because I think I mentioned last time, but I tried Botox because I heard it would feel better, but then it didn't really work.
Did it not?
Whereas the intra-oral, I think they called it buccal, the one I had.
Yeah.
Is it the same thing?
Yeah, buccal, I think so.
Yeah. It felt so nice afterwards.
Yeah, I had a client write to me. She came a few weeks ago and she said her jaw pain hasn't come back. Which is amazing.
In a few weeks, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll have me back very soon.
It's funny though, I'm always massaging people's jaws while like clenching my own so hard.
I guess when you're focused, it happens, right? That's what I think mine is from being at work all day and then clenching my teeth.
Yeah. When you're focusing, it's so hard not to.
Mm-hmm.
Now working on your corrugator, which is the muscle that's responsible for our frown lines. Giving it a good stretch, facilitating its relaxation. I know a lot of people hold so much tension in this area as well, so much so that it starts to get bulky over time. Really gently now helping drain your eyes, increasing the pressure when we get to your eyebrow. Gentle drainage. Working with the forehead now. Probably the area of the face where you can increase the pressure the most. But always softening the pressure when we get to the temples and stretching out that fascia as we work into the scalp. Moving your head to the side now. Are you comfortable here?
Yeah. The stretch feels quite nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Working now with the side. I can feel you have a lot of tension in the back of your shoulders here.
Yeah.
Probably from working. The scalp is such an important part, that people often overlook when it comes to massaging the face. But a loose scalp really, really shows up on our face as well. It's already feeling so much looser. Coming to the side now and rolling the skin all the way to your ears. This is an amazing massage move for just facilitating the loosening of your fascia and any adhesions, bringing back that flexibility. Just using my thumbs now to gently smooth and lift your face. Spending a little bit longer on the masseter. It doesn't seem like you have a very tense jaw. Remembering every once in a while to facilitate the drainage of the lymph all the way down to your nose. Reminding it of where the pathway is. Working directly with the eyebrow now and the skin around the eyes, just lifting and relaxing the muscles. And stretching the orbiculus oculi muscle. A muscle we tend to scrunch a lot but never quite stretch. A little bit more rolling of the skin, slowly and with intention. And moving all that lymph down to your nodes. Now we're going to start with the much more sculptural face lifting part of the massage. This is where we really up the tempo, work with those muscles and lift them all the way up. And working to physically sculpt your cheekbone. Lifting and sculpting all of the small muscles that we have in our cheeks. And again, sculpting your cheekbone. And lifting those cheeks. This will also bring so much oxygen right up to the surface, leaving you pink and red for about 20 minutes after the treatment. Standing up now so I can get a really good angle for the lift. Also working on that jaw muscle. Lifting, draining and sculpting. We can already see that pink glow of new blood, new oxygen brought up to the surface, which is also why people that exercise regularly, one of the reasons that they tend to have lovely skin, because they bring all of that fresh oxygen up to the surface. And with fresh oxygen comes fresh nutrients. Draining everything towards the nodes. Working a little bit now, the eyes. Working now into the scalp. Making sure all the tissues are nice and loose. Just draining everything slowly. Towards your lymph nodes, and then down towards your other lymph nodes and then towards your heart. Coming back to centre, you should feel the lift on one side of your face. Spending a little bit longer now, just showing your forehead a bit of love, lifting your eyebrows, smoothing out any tension. Making our way now to the other side. Head comfy?
Yeah. I can really feel the difference on both sides.
You really feel it, right?
Yeah.
You're like, why have I been so droopy all along? Working now that tension again in the back of our neck, back of our shoulders, all the way up to our scalp. And letting that tension melt away, but also letting the emotions that were being held within that tension melt away too. Whether it's stress, worry, fear. Again, working with our major lymph nodes. Coming over to the other side now, and again gently picking up and rolling your skin towards your ears. Using my thumbs now to gently lift, sculpt your face, spending a little bit of extra time at your masseter. Working my way up now to your eyes, really trying to lift that brow. Stretching your orbicularis, oculi, moving gently into your scalp, and again rolling the skin. guiding that lymphatic fluid down, reminding it of where it needs to go. Now, again for the lift on the other side, applying a little bit more oil for some extra glide. Now we're really lifting the other side too. Sculpting that cheekbone, lifting the side of your face, and draining everything now towards the ears. Sculpting your cheekbone. There's nothing quite as powerful as the power of human touch. Working with your masseter and coming back here towards the mouth area of where your cheek is and draining everything towards the ears, working now a little bit with your eye area. Slowly, like a huge gua sha, bringing everything towards the ears. And then moving it down the neck. And then towards the heart. And coming back up to centre. Feeling that lift on both sides. Working through the scalp. looking lifted and sculpted and glowing. Now just keep your eyes closed. Just going to remove some of that oil. Now I'm just putting a natural lime and papaya mask on you. Smells amazing and will really, really gently exfoliate your skin and help a little bit to dry any active breakouts that you're having. Pop some cotton pads over your eyes. And some goggles. You can still expect it to be a little bit bright. And just while this mask's on, we're just going to work a little bit more with your scalp. Not only will this help stimulate your own hair growth, but it helps as well with how the other muscles in your face feel. A tight scalp can help contribute towards having really droopy eyelids, which is the last thing you'd expect when you have droopy eyelids. Taking some nice silky massage cream now. And coming over to your hands. gently working with the forearm. I know especially people that type or knit hold a lot of pressure in this area, and it can sometimes be quite painful for people as well, so we just like to go super, super gentle. Gently pull the arm. Little bend. Working now with the inside of your hand. And then slowly letting all the tension in the fingers melt away too. Just finishing off again with the forearm, and just letting all of that energy move. Tight hold. And relax. Time to turn off the LED mask. Goggles off. And removing that gentle exfoliating line and applying mask. Keep your eyes closed. Having a wet face really helps for the products to absorb better into your skin. Now applying some Open Sky Sheer Serum from Living Libations. Really hydrating for the skin. It's got things like frankincense oil, it's got rose water, prickly pear seed oil. It just leaves you so dewy and so hydrated, especially when applied onto a damp base. Giving that a second now to just soak into your skin. Now using another mist. Gently wetting the face. Adding some Rose Glow Serum. Really, really powerful serum. giving this a second now to just seep into your skin. Quick stone crop mist. And just to finish off, we're going to be adding a little bit of a little balm called Dewdab, which is an ozonated balm. Really, really good for active breakouts. So nourishing for the skin. And a tiny, tiny, tiny bit goes such a long way. You will be feeling a bit like a glazed donut, but don't worry, your skin will drink it up so quickly. Comfortable here? You can feel a lot of tension in the back of your neck. Starting to gently loosen up the masseter. Giving your orbiculus oculi a nice little stretch. Loosening up the fascia all the way over your temples into your hairline. This move's really good because it both lifts your facial muscles, but also the vibration's so good for releasing tension in the more rigid muscles. Moving to the other side now. Is your head okay here?
Yeah, thank you.
slowly draining the face, bringing all that lymph fluid back down. Working with really gentle pressure around your jawline, just assisting any of the lymph that's stuck to go towards the lymph nodes and drain. Working with the fascia all the way into your hairline. Start the intra-oral massage. We're going to start by working with the top half of your face. So whenever you're ready, just open nice and wide for a second. And now relax your jaw completely. Does that feel okay there? Mm-hmm. Really feeling where all the knots are in your face and just very gently working through them. I know just here by your nostrils can be really tender for some people. It's a really powerful place to work the tension out of. Now changing the gloves before I start to work with the lower part of your face. Okay, whenever you're ready, open again for me. And now relax completely. Does that feel okay there? This is a great place to really work deeper with the depressor that's located right here at the corners of your mouth, that's responsible for pulling our faces down over time. And one last open for me. A little bit wider. And relax completely. Feel now that muscle's relaxed, opened up, and I can just go in with a little bit more pressure. just going to be removing any excess oil. Going in now with this really hydrating serum. It's got little MSM crystals in it, which are naturally occurring in nature and in our skin, that will just dissolve onto your skin. Rose Glow Serum. Skin absorb that before we go in with the final product. Now just to finish up, I'm going to be applying some Dew Dab, which is a really amazing overnight balm.
break out. And it smells divine. We're just going to let that seep into your skin now. And to end the session, I'm just going to be touching the lower parts of your legs to gently ground you and bring you